I'm gonna take it live. All right. Testing. Testing.
I see y'all have a scoreboard though. It doesn't show on the scoreboard.
Testing. Testing. Do you got audio?
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Uh, scoreboard now. Talk.
Testing. Testing.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
A bit loud.
You gotta get the scoreboard and stuff live though.
I just sent it live. It should be done. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I sent it live.
That's good. Raise it up a little bit. I can barely see your names. Looks good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. There we go.
Austin, does this look like Dalton to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
dull.
So how would you like go like edit the outs? All right, all right.
And welcome to Jacobs Field. I'm Austin Levin. With me is James Seaman. And we're here this afternoon for a beautiful day of baseball. The Covenant Eagles taking on your St. Christopher Saints. On the mound for the Saints, it's going to be Palmer Berry. And he'll be facing Colton Kessick from the Eagles. Will be underway shortly. Thank you for tuning in to STC TV. And welcome back to Jacobs Field. We're about to get underway. Barry will be facing a lineup for Covenant, starting with the third baseman, Philip Venton, followed by the second baseman, Latham Clark. The pitcher will be batting third, and Colton Kessick. Batting cleanup for the Eagles is going to be Brennan Dalton. Batting fifth, it's going to be Henry Waldorf. Batting sixth is going to be Jay Lineweaver. Oh, and correction, looks like we're going to be seeing, oh, that's my bad. We're going to be starting Jackson Davis on the mound. That is my bad. I misread that. I thought we were going to be starting Palmer Berry. I apologize to the viewers. Jackson Davis, the hard-throwing righty on the mound for the Saints. And he'll be batting cleanup for the Saints, too, clearly taking on a big mantle today. The Saints are going to need him. And his first batter is going to be Philip Venton. After Lineweaver, it's going to be Will Park, who will bat seventh. Batting eighth, it will be Chris Albert, the right fielder. And then batting ninth for Covenant, it'll be George Barr. James, what do you like so far in just from warm-ups from Davis? What do you think Davis is doing well in warm-ups?
Right hand, really strong. As you can see, throwing it to the catcher here. It's really good speed, really good placement of the ball so far.
You know what?
See this in game.
What concerns me for watching him warm up is that curveball. It's looking like it's hanging a little bit, and that could be a problem. It's high. Maybe it's just the way the catcher, Charlie Gunn is handling that curve, but it looks like it's staying up there a little too long, which could be a problem.
It is a warm up after all. So.
It is a warm up, that's for sure. We'll see. It's just looked inconsistent in warm-ups, which is something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're about to get underway for 7 innings of baseball. Yep, it's Philip Venton leading it off for Covenant as Davis on the mound for the Saints. And that is going to be dropped in for a base hit. Great hit from the leadoff hitter. That's a great start for Covenant. Wasn't a particularly hard hit ball, but it just kind of dropped in there into on the ground where the second baseman was not, and just.
Yeah.
Nice pitch outside corner from Davis. Maybe a fastball right there.
Great right hand.
And he checks the runner at first. His first baseman, Sven Komorowski, was ready for it. Didn't matter. Venton got there with plenty of time. Davis, high fastball.
Yeah, off place right there.
Got to lower that one down. We got a 1-1 count. And fouled back up at the press box by the second baseman, Latham Clark. He's batting second.
Up to 2 strikes now.
Yep, it's 1-2 count. And curve ball there. That's a nice pitch right there from Davis, and he fights it off. One-two pitch. Curveball. Nice movement from Davis. You know, that curveball looked like it was hanging a little too much. It's now starting to look a little more. It looks a little more effective, and you can see just it moves strange. It may hang up there for a little longer than I think some coaches would like, but it moves uniquely, and I think that definitely gives a hitter some trouble. And there's an error from the second baseman. And what could have been an easy out at first turns into runners on the corners. Error from second baseman Tanner Alberg.
Batting up next is Colton Kessick.
Yeah, tough error from Tanner. Hopefully he can bring it back.
And it's the pitcher batting now, batting third for the Cottonwood Eagles. And Davis already finds himself in a little bit of trouble. Nothing, you know, the first hit, that's good hit baseball. An error, as a pitcher, it's a little frustrating. What could have even potentially been a double play if it had been done, I think, really well. Now you got first and third with nobody out. A pitch way inside there, got to rattle the pitcher a little bit. And he overcorrects far outside there. And right down the middle, big swing and a miss from Kessick. And he pops that foul.
Foul ball.
Yeah, pops that foul. 2-2 count, just like that. 2 strikes on Kessick. Saints desperately need an out here. That's low. 3 full count. Not the start I think the Saints wanted in this first inning. Potentially gonna. Yeah, just like that, bases are loaded. Nobody out. Great start for the Eagles. Not so good of a start for the Saints. As Brennan Dalton comes onto the plate. And if you're the Cutland Eagles right here, you got to be thinking you're at least getting 1 run on the board here. Bases loaded, nobody out. This is a golden opportunity, to say the least. One that I'd say you got to take advantage of. 1-0 high. Davis struggling to find the strike zone a little bit after already walked 1. Don't want to walk in a run.
Saints need to get something here.
Yeah, they need an out, I'll tell you that. And ideally, you get like a pop-up to the infield, grounder to the catcher, anything that, prevents that runner from getting home. But even if you have to take your losses, take your losses. Right, you just want to get out of this with the smallest amount of damage as you possibly can. Right, if he puts one on the ground and the runner scores, I mean, it's frustrating, but so be it. You'd rather have that than a big-time double and or even a base hit, potentially sends home 2 runs.
Yeah. 2-2 count.
Oh, full count, 3-2. Potentially in the danger of, correction, 2-2, on the danger of walking in another run. Now it's full count. Now he's in the danger of walking in another run. And that error could be proving costly for the Saints early. Strike 3, got him looking on a curveball. Bold pitch from Davis as he gets the cleanup hitter, the shortstop, Brennan Dalton, to just sit there looking at a curveball and a 3-2 count that I don't think he was expecting at all. It was a risky move. And now, just like that, the first baseman, Henry Waldorf, is up to bat. Fastball down the middle, fouled off. Just like that, 1 out. This is again, if you're Covenant, right, this is not, you do not strike out, got to be one of the worst possible outcomes in that at bat. One of the only outcomes that would not score 1. Other than that strikeout, pop out. I mean, it's not really what you wanted there, and now this potential, what could there's now a chance that you walk away, right? He puts a well-placed ground ball for the Saints, and you turn 2, just like that, what was a chance to score runs, you walk away in the top of the first with a huge missed opportunity. And that's going to be popped up. Alberg is there, makes the catch, and holds him. Redemption play right there from Alberg. Way to bounce back. And just like that, 2 outs for the Saints.
Batting up next is Jay.
And again, nightmare potential scenario where you leave 3 runners on in the top of the first. Not a could be a pretty ugly start if you're a Covenant. What looked like it was going to be great. It's going to be something that you lose this game by 1 or 2 runs, you're going to be really, really regretting. Davis heating up now. Strike 1, outside corner of the strike zone. And facing Davis, it's Jay Lineweaver, the catcher. And he's down 0-2, chases an off speed in the dirt. Filthy pitch there from Davis.
1 more strike. He's out.
Yep, 1 more strike, and Davis gets out of this first inning with no runners on. That's a ground ball right at the shortstop, and they get the out. 3 runners left on for Covenant, and a rough start for the Saints that they managed to salvage. And if you're Covenant, you're going to want that first inning back, particularly that latter half. We'll take a break as we head to the bottom of the first.
Got better? Cool.
And welcome back. We're about to head to the bottom of the first. Saints lineup for the day. It's batting first. It's going to be the shortstop, Wes Connor. Batting second, it's going to be the left fielder, Ryan Scammell. Batting third, it's going to be the center fielder, Austin Wrinkle. Batting cleanup, it's going to be the pitcher, Jack Davis. Batting fifth, it's going to be the first baseman, Sven Komorowski. Batting sixth, it's going to be the second baseman, Tanner Alberg. Batting seventh, it's going to be the right fielder, Brad Wallace. Batting eighth, the catcher, Charlie Gunn. And batting ninth, it's going to be Palmer Berry, the third baseman.
Pretty strong lineup from the Saints.
Strong lineup for the Saints, headlined by Davis, Komorowski, have been particularly effective. That 4-5 for the Saints been powerful. To at least 6 RBIs, I believe, from Davis in 1 outing. And Sven Komorowski, supposed to be quite the talent. And the Saints lineup will be facing Colton Kessick, who I believe walked in the first inning. Yeah, Saints, Covenant, you know, started out, first 3, it was moving. You got an error, a walk, and a base hit to start the game, first pitch. But, you know, just it stalled, to say the least, and a big missed opportunity. And let's see what the Saints can do in the bottom of the first with their first chance of the day. Wes Connor facing Kessick.
Batting first for the Saints is Wes Connor.
Connor, fly ball right in left field. And makes the catch is going to be Will Park. Hard hit ball.
Batting next for the Saints is Ryan.
Great hit, but
Right at him. Just unfortunately right at him. And now it's going to be Ryan Scammell, the left fielder. fastball right down the middle from Keswick. And just like that, down in the count 1-0 is Scammell. Strike 2. Change the speed a little bit, but that one is right down the middle. Could be a quick inning. It's on pace to be a quick inning if he gets one more strike here, and potential sets up for 2 outs through very limited pitches. And he grounds that one. That might be an infield single. He beats it out. And he got him in time. What a play. I believe that's going to be the third baseman.
Batting up next is number 22, Austin Wrinkle.
This might be a very quick inning for the Saints here.
Absolutely, sorry. From the third baseman, Brennan Dalton. And now it's going to be Austin Wrinkle. Takes outside for ball 1. And Wrinkle drops one in for a base hit. What a great hitting from Wrinkle as Jack Davis comes up to bat. And that's correction. Connor's the shortstop, and correction.
Up next is number 31, Jackson Davis.
Yeah, it's Jackson Davis. That's my bad. Sorry. On the roster, it said it's Jackson Davis, and he's up the bat. The pitcher for the Saints. To face the pitcher from the 2 outs, 1 runner on for the Saints. So Venton, I was wrong. Venton, the leadoff hitter, plays shortstop, and Dalton plays third. And Wrinkle's going. Throw. Not in time. And even if it was well off course. As 1-1 count, and a runner in scoring position now for the Saints. Oh. Nice play from the pitcher, Keswick, and just like that, pretty quick inning for Covenant, and 0-0 through the first inning. And we already have a pitching change for the Saints. That was quick, to say the least, as Spen Komorowski comes on the mound to pitch. Only gave Davis an inning. And just like that, Saints going to make a pitching change. It's definitely going to throw Covenant for a loop. Clearly, Coach Thomas must have wanted to see a different arm, or just frustrated with how that first inning went and how potentially problematic that could have been. Davis also threw a lot of pitches in just that first inning, but certainly not enough to match what would be expected of his pitch count. Saints just going Komorowski early. A little surprised. What are your thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, I don't. So, like, Jackson getting subbed off for pitcher, I don't know about that. I feel like he was doing pretty well. I felt like it was mainly the outfield that was more at fault. It wasn't really.
You mean the infield?
Infield, sorry. Yeah.
No,
The infield was there was one error with Tanner in the infield at shortstop.
Not second base.
Oh, that's second base.
You're good. You're good as a second base. But certainly, one run rough inning, but you escape with no casualties. And even if, the simple question is, right, is that just a common occurrence, or are you just trying to throw them off? I wonder. So it's just not a common play, if you will. So we'll see what we'll see how long Komorowski goes is a better question. I'm interested, is he going to do like a relief type thing and he just has a different pitcher each inning? Or is he just going to give Komorowski a chance to basically throw the rest of the day? And for Komorowski, if you're going to get this much pitching time, you'd rather probably have the start. You know, get a chance to deal and throw more pitches and have a bigger outing. Right? I mean, you can't have a no-hitter. You can't have a perfect game now. That's all ruined even before you came in. Even if he plays all the rest of the game because Davis got the start, so and only pitched an inning. So I'm a little confused by this, but we'll see how long Komorowski's out there. And
Up to bat is number 1, Will Park.
now batting for the Eagles, it's going to be the left fielder Park. Made a catch in the first inning as he faces Komorowski. High fastball, and he's got him swinging. Komorowski played first in the first inning. Now he's on the mound, and that is a filthy curveball from Komorowski. Yeah, that is lethal, and just like that, it's an 0-2 count. Komorowski tries another curveball, doesn't chase that one. 1-2. Yeah, if you're Park, right, I think all 3 of these pitches have been balls. He's swung at 2 of them. You got to be patient if you can. I know you're in a 1-2 count. And he's just going to rip that. I was wrong. Inside corner, and he just rips it. Great hit there from Park. And Komorowski's first batter sends one into left field for a base hit.
Now is number 18, Chris Albert.
Now it's the right fielder, Chris Albert, to face Komorowski. Bottom of the order here. It's 7, 8, and 9. 7 just ripped them as Komorowski, quick check to first base. And it's not obvious. Park doing a great job being ready for that one. And ground ball, Alberg, and that is his second error of the day. Struggling at second base right now for the Saints. Alberg, you got to, not off to a great start. You got to settle down from a mental landscape and, bounce back. I mean, one mistake kind of mentally, gets going in your head. And, it can lead to more mistakes.
For sure, yeah.
And we've sort of seen that with Alberg right now. I think he makes that play 9 times out of 10. But, hasn't after he missed that one the first inning. I think in his own head a little bit. And a big swing, and Komorowski blows it by him. Now it's the 9th hitter, George Barr, the center fielder. Fouled off, a 1-2 count. And if you're Covenant, you could be potentially, right now you got 2 runners on, you could potentially be leaving them on. And that would, leaving runners on base, again, it's missed opportunities. You got a runner in scoring position. You had 2 runners in scoring position in the first. This is just, could be more and more missed opportunities. So if you're Barr, you really got to take care of business. Foul ball, and a lucky break for the Saints as instead of hitting the batter, he put up his bat like a shield, and it hit off the bat instead. So it could have been bases loaded. Instead, you have stays 1-2 count with Komorowski in a pretty great situation as he barely fights that off. Another inside pitch from Komorowski. And that was a fastball right there. You're thinking curve. That's what at least you're going to be expecting. That's what I'm expecting at least. Something off speed. And another foul ball, fastball. Inside, he's jamming him. But it's almost like you're playing with your food, right? Back-to-back fastballs inside. Jamming the hitter. And there's the curveball. and made it all the more effective. A bunch of fastballs.
That's out one.
Yep, one down.
Up to bat is number 9, Philip Benton.
And we're at the top of the order. As the shortstop Venton up the bat with one down. Inside, Komorowski misses there. And a big hit is 2 for 2 is Venton, and bases are loaded. Venton to a good start today, batting 2 for 2. One hit off Davis, one hit off Komorowski, and now for Covenant, it's the second baseman Latham Clark with the bases loaded and only one out. Again, now bases loaded in back-to-back innings. You gotta capitalize on this. Can't go 2 innings without with bases loaded and 0 out, and now 1 out, and not score any. You at least got to be getting 1 run here, and even then you might be disappointed. Again, another error for the Saints is going to make this complicated. And there's a base hit right there from the second baseman, Latham Clark, and he is going to score 2. Big time hit, and the Covenant Eagles take a 2-0 lead. Oh, a hard hit ball from Clark.
Up to bat is number 13, Colton Kessick.
And they're going to call an out. The last runner is, they called the last runner out. I believe that's going to only be 1 run. And 2 outs. A interesting situation there. I'm not quite sure. Did he forget to touch the plate? Yeah, last run's not going to count. 2 outs. And what should have been a 2 RBI single, a careless blunder right there from the Eagles. And just like that, what could have been 2 runs, only 1, and a big hit from Latham Clark, though doing some damage, getting the Eagles on the board. You know, potential to go up 2-0 is, I mean, you're leaving a run on the table again. And that's a big break for the Saints. Komorowski to face the 3-hitter. Kessick, the pitcher. Ball just outside with a curveball. And popped up. Davis, no room. Foul ball. One count. 2 outs. To the 3-hitter Kessick, the pitcher. Right down the middle of the fastball is Komorowski. And Komorowski has not had any difficulty getting himself into favorable counts, but Covenant hitter's doing a great job hanging in there when the going gets tough. And that's going to drop. Base hit right there from Kessick. Knocks in another run. 2-0.
It seems need to get these guys out of here quick so they can get into the bottom inning.
Absolutely. They got to, minimize the damage. Should have even been 3 runs, though. And, again, pitching change early could. I mean, Komorowski's been has dealt when he's been in the games this year, but, You know, you just burnt through a pitcher early, and finally they get out of business. 2 runs for Covenant in the top of the second. A little bit of struggles for the Saints. Should have been 3. And another error for the Saints plaguing them. And we'll take a break as the Saints try to sort things out.
He's the keystone of the team.
And welcome back. Second inning. Saints down 2-0. As Keswick returns to the mound. And the pitcher for the Saints, who got his in the second inning, Komorowski to face Keswick. And Saints already got someone else in the bullpen. So that is fast. Are they just, I guess they're experimenting with their pitching a little bit. Not quite sure what's going on. I think that's going to be number 4, Charlie Blanton, grandson of legendary Saints weightlifting coach Bob Blanton, Coach Blanton.
Sure. More upbeat music.
And it's Komorowski.
Requested for more upbeat music. I have no clue what coaches.
And Komorowski.
One, Sven Komorowski.
And Komorowski puts it on the ground, and this could be an infield single, but instead he's not fast enough to beat it out. And one down as aggressive, right swing of the first pitch. Gotta love it. Unfortunately, doesn't really go anywhere. Komorowski, I think, also frustrated with himself for that first inning. You know, he pushes himself hard. He's a great baseball player, puts a lot of effort. And when something doesn't go your way, you can get in your head a little bit. As Alberg gonna pop one up. He's not been his afternoon so far for the Saints. We'll see if he bounces back here. This could be a big chance for him to do so.
Yeah, Tanner not really having a good day today. Hopefully he can.
You know, he's a
switch it up.
talented kid. We'll see him bounce back here. Hopefully, he's capable. He's got to mentally settle down. Curveball, a little high from Keswick. 2-1 to Alberg. And a big swing from Alberg. 2-2 count. And Keswick continues to deal. He's had a great first inning on 1 hit. And it was a great hit from Wrinkle. But other than that, it was really quiet and really quick. High, full count for Alberg. And on deck, it's Brad Wallace, the right fielder. And big swing and a strikeout. Fastball out corner, outside, low outside corner. And Tanner Alberg struck out. 2 down, and Brad Wallace, bases empty. And Saints need to get something going here offensively. Inside, Wallace takes fastball inside corner. And that's well inside. And Wallace pops one up to the second baseman. Oh, that is an error from the first baseman, and if you are Keswick, that is not one you are going to be happy about. Not a pretty play to say the least right there, and an error. But just like that, the Saints are on first and misjudged the ball. Is the first baseman Henry Waldorf, and that's going to be one he wants back. And Saints getting that chance to capitalize on an opportunity here, and getting the chance to do so. It's the ninth hitter, Palmer Berry, the third baseman. And takes from the dirt, 2-0 count for Berry. Top of the order up next, it's going to be Connor. Hit a hard hit ball to left field in his first at bat, right at the left fielder, unfortunately, for the Saints. Outside, 3-0, and a good situation right here if you're Berry. Just got to take here. If you're Coach Thomas, you're letting him know probably not to swing at this one. Take first and second. Or unless you think you can get a right. And there's a balk. And Keswick had been close to doing that a couple times. And finally the officials called him for it. A balk right there from number 13. Careless mistake. Shouldn't really change anything here, though, if he walks him. It would have been first and second either way. Ball 4. Walks. Keswick on runner in scoring position. That balk now did not do anything, and it's the top of the order as Wes Connor.
Palmer Berry.
Oh, that is my bad. Sorry, Charlie Gunn. Yeah, Charlie Gunn just walked, and now it's the ninth hitter, Palmer Berry. Then the top of the order. That's my bad. I misread the order following Wallace. It is Charlie Gunn, and now it's bottom of the order, Palmer Berry, the third baseman. Yeah, pinch runner coming in here for the catcher, and that's going to be Sander Ayunchev. And a base hit from Palmer Berry. And runner's going to go to third. Wallace is going to score. And the Saints match it in a big-time hit with 2 outs from the 9-hitter, Palmer Berry. Rips one down by a second, dives out, and can't get it.
The Saints really needed that there to come back. Now they're only one down.
Number 8, Wes Connor.
Yeah, excellent hit. Second baseman nearly made an incredible play. Couldn't do it. As a base hit right there from Palmer Berry. And the Saints now only down by 1 with runners on the corners. A big-time hit from Palmer Berry. And top of the order from Wes Connor. Hit a hard hit ball his first at-bat. And he's got a chance to match Covenant. As Keswick. Fastball right down the middle. It might have been a little curve. But either it was right in the middle nonetheless. And hard hit ball right at the third baseman. Can't secure it. He's going to gun it. Not in time. Safe. There's an error from the third baseman. And defensive mishaps here plaguing this one. I think that's going to go down as an error. Struggled to field it.
Batting now is number 2, Ryan Scammell.
And now it's the left fielder, Ryan Scammell, up to bat. Error. And Connor goes to second. 1-0 count. And 2 runners in scoring position now for the Saints with 2 outs as they look to tack on to what's already been a pretty good inning. And big swing on an inside pitch. Campbell should have taken that one. He knows it. You'd see the look of frustration there from the left fielder. 1-1 count. Keswick. Infield struggled to help him out here this inning. Outside on a curve. 2-1 count. high, 3-1. Curve, if that's a fastball, he probably gets that, might have gotten that call, but already started high, and then maybe if you're lucky on the high end of the strike zone. And he hit the pitch, and he hit the batter. I changed it so there's 2 errors.
Up to bat now is number 22, Austin Wrinkle.
And now batting is Austin Wrinkle. He had a hit for the Saints in the first. And now with bases loaded, he's got a chance to do a lot of damage here. Low from Keswick. And Jackson Davis following him. And that's fouled back as Wrinkle, 1-1 count. Into backyard. Big swing from Wrinkle, that's low. Inside, the Wrinkle nearly hit him. And pops it up. That might drop, and it does. Second hit of the day from Wrinkle. And that's going to score 2. Saints take a 4-2 lead. Still with 2 outs and a massive 2-out rally here for the Saints. As they
That now is number 31, Jackson Davis.
are now up 4-0 with the cleanup hitter, Jackson Davis, up the bat.
Saints have really brought this back here.
Yeah, the hitting has been incredible for the Saints. And on top of that hitting, a lot of errors here for Covenant. 2 errors in this top of the second inning, and it's been problematic to say the least. And nearly another error, and also nearly a tag out at second because that runner was not paying attention at all. 2 outs, 2-0 count to Davis. Davis rounds it foul. Coach Thomas there looking like a prime baseball player right there, fielding that one and sending it back with a no glove to Keswick. 2-1 count. 2 outs, looking to extend that 2-run rally. Inside, 3-1 count. And this nightmare inning for the Eagles looking like it may continue. And hard hit ball, the second baseman. And makes the easy throw to first, and they get out of it. With still 4 runs given up. And we'll take a break as we head to the top of 3. Saints up 4-2. And we are going to get another pitching change for the Saints. I guess they're just trying to try everyone out here. They need like a little bit of pitching auditions here. in a regular season matchup against Covenant, as Charlie Blanton now on the mound for the Saints after it was Davis. And he's looking good. I'm not gonna lie. First pitch looked good. I like the like the fastball. Again, he's got the arm power considering he's the grandson of Coach Blanton. And you like the different angles here from Blanton too. He's hitting different angles. And let's see, they're gonna move Komorowski back to first. Let's see and they're gonna move Davis to right, and Wallace is going to be on the bench, I believe. And again, safe 2-run rally, saved by, of course, the third baseman Palmer Berry with a rip into right field by the second baseman. And just like that, he saved that inning for the Saints. And what could have been, no runs, it looked like a pretty routine second inning. Saints put up 4 on the board. Of course, that would not have been made possible without 2 errors from the defense, including a particularly rough error from a particularly rough error from the first baseman. And then, of course, another error from the third. That one not an egregious error, to say the least. It was still been a difficult play, but he definitely would have, without a lot of bobbling, that would have, I think, been no doubt have been an out. And now up to bat, it's going to be
batting is number 19.
Sorry, it's going to be Henry Waldorf, and that's going to be the the first baseman, and he'll face Blanton. Let's see how Blanton looks. Looks like all fastball in warm-ups as he goes low with the fastball. I wonder if he has any off-speed. What do you think, James? It'll be very interesting if he comes out here just all straight fastballs.
Yeah, I don't know. In the warm-up, he's only doing fastballs. He might be doing that to throw off the Eagles, but doesn't seem like he is.
Oh, Berry, what a throw, and he's got him. What a play from the third baseman, Palmer Berry, and what has been an incredible day for Berry so far. Big-time hit and a big-time play right there to save Blanton, what should have been a base hit from the first baseman, and now it's Line Weaver, the catcher, to face Blanton.
Now is Jay Lineweaver.
Low fastball. I don't know. So I think Blanton may actually be all fastball, but I think that, of course, there are different kinds of fastballs. You can throw 2-seam, 4-seam, but you can also different arm slots is something that you have seen from Blanton. He can mix up the slots. I don't know if he can mix up the pitches, though, which is very interesting. You don't see that a lot in any era of baseball. You normally at least have 2 pitches. 2-0 count to Lineweaver, low, barely misses the strike zone. And 3-0 count. You got to be telling Lineweaver to take and strike outside corner of the plate. 3-1 count to Lineweaver. In the top of the third. Blanton, and they're going to pop it up right to the pitcher himself. And a questionable with the swing of that one, looked a little inside. Arguably wanted to, if he probably could have gone back in time, probably might have taken that one.
Batting now is number 1, Will Park.
And just like that, 2 down. But Coach Thomas has got to love. Made 2 quick pitching changes early, in 2 long innings, to say the least. Clearly like speed here, and Blanton is moving quickly. He's already got 2 down, and he throws that one low to Park, the left fielder. And it's a 1-0 count. And barely misses outside corner. Good pitch here. Most of Blanton's misses have been by very little margin. Slightly outside. These are pitches that, they're just missing the zone. Let's see what. And there's a hard hit ball. Look, maybe the first potential time Bland took a little bit off of it, and that one was hit. Might have been an off-speed there. I'm not quite sure, or a change or something. Interested to see what Blanton says about what pitches he throws. I think looks to just be all fastball, but he could have a change-up in there or something that I just can't recognize. And no, there's something off speed. Throws that one in the dirt, trying to get him to chase. I was wrong. He did have one. He'd been saving it. That one kind of dipped. Not much curve on it, but it definitely slower and moved a little bit. There's a fastball. Walks him. And Park will get on as Blanton faces the right fielder, Chris Albert.
Batting now is number 18, Chris Albert.
Smooth looking pickoff move. Not going to work. And nearly got him that time. Love the change of speed from Charlie Blanton on that on those pickoffs. One was slow and casual, and that one was efficient and masterful. Nearly got him right there. And there's an off-speed pitch, and that throw should be good. And I think he got him, and he did. Charlie Blanton with a master class. Third inning, not quite 1, 2, 3, but the catcher for the Saints, I believe that's going to be Charlie Gunn with a gun of a throw right there. Guns him down from Gunn right there. And just like that, we head to the bottom of the third, and Charlie Blanton looked lethal. And welcome back. Kessick still on the mound after a rough second inning. Infield did not do him any favors, as now it is the first baseman, Sven Komorowski, pitched in the second. Struggled a little bit. So did Davis on the mound. Blanton was, I think, the only Saint that I think looked, probably, I think, performed to Coach Thomas's liking, considering that he pulled his first two after only an inning each. As Komorowski, one of the stars of the Saints JV team. And that one's well inside. He grounded out in his first at-bat, top of the second. Finds himself at the bat here. He quickly swung. It's a 1-0 count. 1-0 count to Komorowski. And a big swing, 1-1 count. Komorowski fooled by the off-speed. It's a 1-1 count to Komorowski. And puts it on the ground. Foul ball. And Komorowski right at the center fielder, and he makes an error, and there is another costly mistake, and Kessick, the guys around Kessick not doing him any favors right now, and there is a third error on the day already in just the third inning from Covenant, as a hard hit ball to dead center from Komorowski. Just right at his guy, and unfortunately, I believe it's going to be Bass. Let it by. Yeah, Georgia. Sorry, Barr. Let it by. Foul ball from Alberg. Nearly hits a car there. Back as nobody out. Komorowski on first due to an error by the center fielder. Kessick catches him outside of the curveball. You know, if you can't get him to your field to unfortunately come away with these, you gotta do it yourself, I guess. And Kessick doing that approach right there, already an 0-2 count, looking like he's gonna strike him out. Alberg struck out in his first matchup against Kessick in the second inning. It's like a 3-2 count, I believe, and Kessick got the better of him. And Alberg, and there's another error, and another error, and what was an impressive play by the second baseman to get to that ball, but his throw was errant to say the least. And just like that, are going to advance, and that is a fourth error from Covenant in just the third inning of play. 4 errors. I'm not really sure who that one is on. The throw was a little errant, but the first baseman, I think, got a glove on it. So, I mean, you could make an arc. Yeah, I mean, you got to definitely put it on the second baseman. But, I mean, he did make an awesome play to get to that ball. Unfortunately, he just threw it quite errantly. And now, up the bat, it's going to be it's going to be Charlie Blanton after Brad Wallace came in, and Blanton looked quite good on the mound, and clearly Thomas, I think, going to be keeping him in there because he didn't pinch hit as Blanton pops one up.
Another error.
And that is yet another error. 5 errors in 3 innings of baseball. And a really, really rough feeling. That one by the pitcher himself just kind of slipped there.
Now is number 7, Charlie Gunn.
And I don't know how many of these runs are going to be earned. I don't know how. It's going to be very difficult for the scorekeeper to take care of that because it's going to be a lot of errors to factor. I mean, all 3 of these runners have reached on errors. And the bases are loaded. So, well, let's say this. Let's say Charlie Gunn goes yard, sends one right over to deep to center field. I believe only Gunn's run would be earned. The bases are loaded with unearned with errors, if you will. 3 errors, all in this inning, and they have loaded the bases, and that is something that if you are Covenant's manager, you cannot be happy with. 2-1 count. And, I mean, you're also put yourself right in the way the field has been playing for Covenant. What exactly do you do? Ball's hit, and you can't really have faith that, you know, ball's in play that your guys are going to make the play. And it's got to be kind of frustrating. I mean, even when you look like it was going to be a great play from Latham, the second baseman, unfortunately throws just a little errant. A big swing, full count. And again, one way to prevent errors is you just don't let them hit the ball at all. And that is maybe what Covenant's going to have to be reduced to because the way that the field has played this inning. Right, you just want to get out of here in this inning really, really badly. And there's a strikeout. Kessick has got him. 1 down as Charlie Gunn goes swinging. And there's Barry Palmer, who had a big-time is Palmer Barry, who had a big-time hit in his first at-bat. Got him that 4-run second inning going with a 2-out single past the second baseman, who laid out for it. Strike 1, catches that edge of the plate. And Saints here on a potential to leave 4 bases loaded, just like Covenant did in the first, which would be a big missed opportunity. Strike 2. Kessick working now And he could escape this inning unscathed here with a strike here would make him in a great position to do so. Well outside, buried in chase. 1-2 count. Waiting for the pitch, expecting something off speed. And it is outside corner, just misses. 2-2 count to Barry. And can Palmer Berry be a hero yet again? He made a great play at third earlier. He knocked in a big-time run. We'll see what he does here. 2-2 count. Outside corner, full count to Barry. Bases loaded and the risk of walking in a run.
Barry's got a lot of pressure on him right now.
And an RBI walk right there from Barry as Komorowski's going to go home. An unearned run, by the way. Only Barry would be the only earned run.
Now is number 8, Wes Connor.
See the texture when it's about
Barry would be the only earned run here if is the only potential earned run on base for the Saints. It just a defensive malfunction, to say the least, in this inning. Guys who making good plays, and that is going to knock one in. Wes Connor, top of the order, base hit, base is still loaded, and again, run knocked in, still an unearned run.
Up to bat now is number 2, Ryan Scammo.
And it's the left fielder, Scammell, up the bat, facing him 1 out. Bases loaded again. Kessick and continuing to, but I don't know what you do here. It's not been anything really Kessick is doing. Saints gotten a few hits, but it's mostly been the way the field has been playing for Cousins been the issue. I mean, 5 errors through. Well, this is now the top of 4, but sorry, no, this is bottom of 3. It's just not something you can afford. 2-0. Something that also rattles a pitcher, James. You know, I mean, you take care of business on your front, and right, we could have been a 1-2-3 inning just like that. You had the bases loaded because of 3 errors in a row.
Yeah.
And 3-0 count, a potential risk of walking in another run. And he does. Walks him in. Could be a pitching change coming. We'll see what. Yep, they're doing that. It's going to be a pitching change. Kessick, I think, is going to be done for the day. And it's got to be a really frustrating outing for Kessick because he generally took care of business. Barry, I believe, going to be the run on base that is actually his first run on base that will actually be earned, but in this inning. But again, you know, the field just collapsed. He made an error himself, dropping out 1.
Austin Wrinkle.
And let's see who comes onto the mound here. It's going to be, I believe, it's going to be a lefty, I think. Let's go. As a lefty myself, got to look forward to that. Especially a big, tall lefty. Could see someone who could throw the ball hard at that side. Potential big upside. As that ball is not looking that pretty right now from the first baseman Waldorf on the first throw. We'll see how he settles down in warm-ups. Kind of interesting arm slot. Tall lefty, first baseman. Let's see who's going to come in at first now. I wonder who makes the change. Kessick, I think, is going to come in and play first base. So first base pitcher switch, just like we did with Sven and Jackson in the second inning. And with 1 down, the lefty Waldorf looking to to get out of this jam here that he finds himself in. And he has a very difficult task ahead of him, facing Austin Wrinkle, who is already 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. The center fielder has been ripping today, and he's got a chance to do so again, knock in some more runs for the Saints and expand this lead. It's already 2-7, and things can get even more out of hand. High, I think off speed from Waldorf. Errant throw right there, 2-0, and I think Wrinkle's a little frustrated. He gets a chance to put bat on ball. Continue to rip. A little high there, 3-0. Potential, again, risk of walking in a run. There's a nightmare inning continuing to go on here. Already 3 runs. Potential for a lot more. Strike, there he goes. He had the take and a fastball right down the middle from Waldorf. And I think Wrinkle would have liked to swing at that one. I think got the call from Coach Thomas just to take. Ball 4. Walks and a run. RBI walk. It's not going to be Waldorf's earned run, though. It's going to be Keswick's. As Jackson Davis.
Up to bat now is number 31, Jackson Davis.
Comes up the bat. With the bases loaded. Komorowski on deck. Davis, hard hit ball foul. And Jackson Davis, hard hit ball, base hit, and an error from the right fielder. Could potentially advance one more. It doesn't matter. Ball still fielded in time. Runner will still score. And just like that, first and third, 2 more runs knocked in. I think that's going to be, yep. Yeah, it should be 2-9 now. 2 runs knocked in there.
Up to bat now, number 21, Sten Komorowski.
2-run RBI from Jackson Davis.
Yeah, great hit from Jackson there.
And that should only be 5. I don't think that's an error because I don't think it amounted to anything. And I'll steal second is Davis. Yeah, I think so. Strike 1. 1-0 count. Oh, sorry. All right, 0-1 count to Komorowski. Komorowski, big shot deep to left field. And that's going to drop, hit the wall. Komorowski with a stand-up double, and he's going to knock in Wrinkle. And that ball was nearly out of there. He killed that one. Straight to the fence is Komorowski. And now it's going to be Tanner Alberg.
Number 6, Tanner Alberg.
This is just a complete nightmare inning for the Eagles right now.
Yeah, this inning end game getting really out of hand here. We're only 1 down as Alberg looks at a high fastball. Two-0 count to Alberg. Potential chance for the bases loaded for Charlie Blanton. We've already gone around the order, I'm pretty sure, at least. We'll see sort of how much. Yeah, we've already got. With Komorowski at bat, we've gone through the order. Only 1 down, and this still even has room to get much more out of hand. Still only 1 down, and 2 runners in scoring position for Tanner Alberg. Alberg, that's going to be a base hit from Tanner Alberg. And that should score 2. 2-run RBI single from Tanner Alberg. And way to go from Alberg right there. Struggled in the first inning, but a big-time two-run single from Tanner Alberg right up the middle. A big-time hit from Alberg as Charlie Blanton, the pitcher, comes up the bat as the Saints are up by 10. We could be looking at a mercy rule pretty quickly in the fifth, I believe, when they make that decision. As Saints here putting the bat, they're ripping, and errors have not been helpful. Blanton pops that one foul. Blanton, hard hit ball, the third baseman. Throws it to second. 1, 2, no. An error from the first baseman. Can't dig it up. Can't get him. That should actually be total of 6 errors because you marked one as an error that wasn't there.
Up to bat now is number 7, Charlie Gunn.
Now it's the catcher, Charlie Gunn. Yet another error from Covenant that puts them onto 6 for the day. Nearly hits them. And there's a base hit from Gunn. Oh, that's going to be a lot more than a base hit. That could be a triple, I think. No. For some reason, he didn't go to second. I don't know. Wasn't quite, didn't decide to really round the second base. I think he just thought it was going to be a single as the catcher going to be subbed out. It might even look, it looks a little injured. Yeah, he regrets that. He could have easily had 2. A big-time hit, though. Adds in some more runs.
Yeah, it looked like Charlie slipped there at the end.
2-13, I believe. And a pinch hitting here for the Saints as this inning continues to get more and more out of hand. Way inside. It's going to be, now pinch hitting is going to be Jack Schumedine up the bat. Outside corner, 2-0 count to Schumedine. Inside, 3-0 count to Schumedine. Still just 2 outs, near double play. First baseman couldn't quite field it. And they nearly got the 2. Then the second baseman couldn't field it. It's just been a nightmare type of day for Covenant. And this like that walks a runner. Now moving into scoring position, it's going to be Sander Ialunchev, pinch running for the catcher. He's in scoring position. And now up to bat.
Up to bat is number 10, Miles Henson.
We're going to have another pinch hitter. It's going to be Miles Henson. I think Coach Thomas, realizing that this game is already out of hand, he can make a lot of pinch hitting substitution, get some more guys some chances, and he's doing just that as Henson comes up to bat with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position to face the lefty in Waldorf. Strike inside corner for a strike off speed there from Waldorf. Henson. Big swing. 2-0-2 count. And Covenant could be finally getting out of this inning. Second baseman signaling the outfield to bring it in a little bit. I think he's right. I don't know. Oh, maybe Spen. I don't know how many Saints and maybe Davis give their 3 pitches, 3 strikes to Hinson. And just like that, they finally get out of the inning. Saints still up comfortably, 13-2. We're looking at a likely mercy rule in a few. And we'll take a break as we head to the top of the 4th. And welcome back, Charlie Blanton on the mound. Yet again, the first pitcher for the Saints here to get more than an inning, as he'll face a pinch hitter for Covenant.
Up to bat is Doyak Honaker.
Yeah, it's Doyak Honaker up to face Blanton. That's a 1-0 count. Hey, here, let's see what substitutions they've made. Let me check.
They brought Palmer out of third.
Yeah, Palmer's now off third. I believe that's going to be Hinson at third. And that's popped up right at Alberg. And there we go. Alberg, after that base hit, you can see a little bit more confidence out of him. Makes that play pretty easily, and just like that, 1 down. Discretion, it's Shumadan at third. And Hinson should be somewhere. I think he should be in center. No, sorry, Wrinkle's still going to be in center. Yeah, only change, I believe, is Shumadan at third. Well outside. 2-0 count to I believe that could be yet another pinch hitter. That's me, number 20, Michael, I believe Michael Roop. Strike, there we go. 2-2 count, Blanton. Hasn't given up a hit yet, only just walks, I believe, so only a walk. And there's a strikeout from Blanton. And just like that, 2 down from Charlie Blanton. And he's looking quite good out there. His grandfather going to be quite proud.
Up to bat now, number 9, Philip Benton.
And you know, that definitely shows you see Blanton in the weight room. You've seen him, obviously, you know, paying homage to his grandfather. And, you know, hard work in the gym pays off. As you can see with Blanton right now. And just like that, 1-0 count to the leadoff hitter, Venton. Fastball. And Venton's, I believe he's 3 for 3. And first hit off Blanton. A hard hit up the middle. And now up the bat is the second baseman, Latham Clark. He's got an RBI.
Number 4, Latham
should have had 2 RBIs, but a runner failed to touch home, which basically summarizes, I think, this day right now for Covenant. The way it's gone, not a great showing. Nearly tags him off. Runner was not ready, and a great pickoff move from Blanton and doesn't quite get him. He barely gets back there. As Clark to face Blanton. And he goes right back to him. Not quite. That pickoff move is filthy from Charlie Blanton, I'll tell you that. From a righty coming out that way. It's definitely not an easy situation. He's not that far from the bag, and he is nearly getting him, which is should tell you how good that move is. A big swing from Clark. And gets it by him. The different arm slots for Blanton, I think, working more than a different pitch arsenal would for some, just the way he mixes up arm angles, and it's quite impressive. Also got to be tying on the arms, too. And that's going to be grounded out to the first baseman, Sven, who makes the play, and that's 3 outs in a quick inning from Blanton yet again. And Saints still up 2-13 as a mercy rule seems to be in sight, and they might even be doing it now. I'm not quite sure. I believe they're going to call this game. They might be calling this game already. I'm not quite sure how the junior varsity mercy rule system works. No, I think we should have one more. I'm not quite 100% sure. Yeah, we should have one more, but we are, I think, near. We are near the end. One more inning here, bottom of the 4th, top of 5, and we should have a mercy rule. That is, of course, Saints can keep the lead over 10, which they seem to be on pace to do, no problem. Matter of fact, 10 might not even be enough, the way the bats have collided. Well, it looked like it was going to be a rough start, right? 2 runs in the top of the 2nd, and that second inning was starting to move quickly. But errors for Covenant just led to a Covenant collapse this afternoon, and we've seen that. What looked like we were going to see an absolute, really tough, hard-fought game. It's been a blowout. And it just errors, right? You look at that board, 6 errors from Covenant. And Saints made 2 errors themselves, but it certainly, 6 errors is a different animal.
Yeah, we see those 2 errors. They're very early on in the game. Saints have really
cleaned things up.
Yeah.
And a large part of that, you can say, is in part to Charlie Blanton, who has come in there and he has dealt. And his infield has rallied behind him the way he's played on the mound. And, you know, I don't know how much experience Blanton has on the mound for the Saints this year, but, you know, you got to keep getting him the ball and keep putting the ball in his hands. Sorry, not just keep putting the ball in his hands and let him go to work up on the mound. As Waldorf comes to face yet another Saints pinch hitter, as the Saints get more and more guys involved, and it's going to be number 24, James Segneri. James Segneri up the bat. Yeah, Segneri up the bat. And Saints bullpen active again. We'll see who it is. I think that could be Wrinkle on the mound. Blanton's day might be done. All those different arm slots, he's getting a little tired. And James Segneri up to bat. And we got a big hitter up at the bat here, folks. We know he's got a lot of power behind him. So we could be seeing one being sent to Gottwald, potentially goes opposite field, or sends one right to Charlie Blanton's grandfather in the weight room.
Yeah, maybe even further than that. Who knows?
Let's not get too carried away. He's got some power on him. We'll see what happens. And that's high. Not going to give him a chance to do anything with that one. High, 2-0 count. Nothing to work with so far for Segneri. 2-0 count for Segneri. High 3-0 count. And here the Saints, right? You know, Signeri, a player, teammates love him. You want to see that guy get a chance. And a walk is fun, but you at least want to see someone, give him someone to look at. Yeah. Again, Wrinkle still, I believe, warming up in the bullpen. 3-1 count. It could be something here for Signeri to get a chance to put the bat on. And he pops it up. That could be dropping. It's going to drop. Base hit from Signeri. High arcing. And it just barely dropped in front of Park. And a base hit from James Signeri. And now up to bat for this.
Up to bat now, number 14, Lee Adamson.
Yeah, now it's going to be Lee Adamson up the bat after a base hit from Signeri. Just barely dropping. You'd argue it's a borderline error, but definitely I think I'd scored as a base hit. Just barely dropped in front of him. He came in running. And that's also partially, in fact, the outfielder, you know, giving credit to the potential look of power from Signeri, was backed up way, way back. And, you know, just didn't really leave him a chance. All he had to do is hit it just, you know, mid-left field and just straight to left field. And, you know, pretty easy base hit. As Adamson gets a chance to add to the lead for the Saints. Strike, 1-2 count to Adamson. And on deck, it's going to be number 9, Robert Head. And he struck him out. 1 down for Robert Head.
Bat now is number 9, Robert Head.
Grounder right to the pitcher. Waldorf got him out, and Signeri advances to scoring position. 2 down for Sven. Komorowski. And Saints can make it 2-14, which could guarantee this this mercy rule here. As Komorowski gets a chance against Waldorf. 2 down. Outside and away. 1-0 to Komorowski. Low, 1-1. Barely misses. Two-one count to Komorowski. Waldorf here. Could be likely his last inning on the mound because, or the last chance we'll see come in the field. Unless they can get their bats going in the top of the 5th. High and outside, 3-1. Honestly, probably for the better. Komorowski, a deadly hitter. And, you know, pitching to him makes it much easier to get Signeri home. And there's a strike, full count. And, you know, we had 2 parts, the biggest parts here, I think, of the Saints' victories. You got to look at Austin Wrinkle, who put up an incredible performance, I believe 3 for 3. No, either 2 for 2 or 3 for 3, I'm not quite sure. And then also Palmer Berry, and as Fenn goes deep to center, and there's the inning. Hard hit ball right at the center fielder. He made an error the first time Sven hit it to him earlier in this game. Not that time. 2-13, 11-run cushion. And if the Saints want to mercy rule them, they have a 1-run. They have a 1-run cushion. And let's see who comes on the mound for the Saints. I believe it should be Austin Wrinkle, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, we're going to see Wrinkle. Simon Kahn coming out behind the plate. I believe he was the chess tournament champion. As it's Austin Wrinkle on the mound to close things out for the Saints. Yeah, a lot of movement around. Fast fastball there from Wrinkle. He's been incredible today. And I don't know if Kahn knew even really how to handle that one. It's coming at him so hard. See the substitutions. Charlie Blanton going to be at second. See who else they got out there. It's going to be... Yeah, let's see. He's going to... Baker Wisnan, I believe, is going to be in center. And, of course, Simon Kahn around the plate. And the guy who got the start today, Colton Kessick, will face Wrinkle. Saints giving up only, I believe, 3. Is that right? 6 hits. And you know what makes this all the better? Covenant, the Saints only have 9 hits. There's a 3-hit differential. You look at that scoreboard, it is an 11-run differential off a 3-hit differential. And you want to know why that is? Missed opportunities and, of course, 6 errors for Covenant. And that is something that you look at, right? That's something you'd expect out of a different level of baseball than JV. Not something that if you're the Covenant, you got to fix immediately for the rest of your season.
Batting now is number 13, Colton Kessick.
Just not something you can afford if you're Covenant. And Wrinkle going to work here. He's looked exceptional, closing things out already to start. You can see 1-2 count. He's clearly taking command early against Kessick. Wrinkle off speed, and he's got him. Strikeout from Wrinkle. And now it's going to be...
Up to bat now is number 15, Brennan Dalton.
Yeah, it's going to be Dalton, the third baseman. And he'll face Wrinkle. Followed by some substitutions. It's going to be Peter Fast, who will be facing Wrinkle next and could be the final victim of Wrinkle's masterclass on the mound. Well, sorry, when he already come in. I'm overhyping him too much. He looked the way he just dealt with that first batter was incredible. It was just straight fastball and that incredible curve. He clearly looks like he and that fastball speed is impressive for the JV level. JV last year returning guy. Fastball grounded out to third. We'll see if Shumanon can make the play. He does know, but he throw was on time, but sailed over his head. Davis. No. Can't come away with it is Blanton. And 1 out and an error from the Saints.
21, Peter Fast.
That puts a runner in scoring position. Wrinkle got to be frustrated with that. Did what he could. And Peter Fast, first at bat of the day, pinch hitting to face Wrinkle. And if you're Wrinkle, right, pinch hitting, you think maybe you can blow it by him. I think, right, you take it, like you did your first pinch hitter, just take it right at him. Fastball, and then maybe comes from a curveball you can't even come close with. Fastball, curve is I think what you probably want to do here. But obviously that's now throwing out a rhythm of the ball in the first pitch. Wrinkle, I don't know if you want to actually throw that back there if you're Wrinkle. You're up 11 runs. Glenn, I don't know his experience level at second base. He looked good on the mound, but we don't know what. I don't know. He's not the second baseman. Two-0 count to Fast. A little high, 3-0. Strike, fastball right down the middle. And now Fast, might be more inclined to swing here. Especially, I mean, he's got no reason to unless he gets something he really likes, and he doesn't like it. He's going to walk. Fastball in the dirt. And 2 runners on. Still runners in scoring position for number 14.
Up to bat now is
The catcher, Jay Lineweaver. Fastball right in the middle, strike 1. James, what do you really like here from the Saints so far? What is the reasoning behind, right? Like, what do you think the Saints have really done well in this, what looks like it's going to be a completely dominant victory?
Their defense has just been incredible. Their Austin, all their pitchers doing perfect, all having great fastballs, great curveballs. All the above.
Yeah, pitching definitely been incredible. I mean, fielding, right? You look at the 3 errors up there, not something you really want to see from your guys. But by comparison to your opponent, that definitely has done the trick. And that's should have turned. Oh, missed the chance to turn 2 and end this game. And the runner is going to advance. Could have ended things right there. That throw sailed over Blenton's head. Could have been an easy double play. And instead, 2 runners in scoring position, but you still at least get the out. Hard hit ball at the center fielder, and returning junior varsity player Baker Wisnand.
now number 1, Will Park.
And Will Park, though, the final out. And that's the 4th error for the Saints, by the way. Not 2 errors this inning here. Of course, you changed the personnel. That was a costly one because that could have just ended the game. It obviously might not have any effect on the game, but right, for the sake of just getting things over and ending things on a nice, smooth double play is a pretty good way to go out and close things. Nice little bow tie on a little bow on this big victory. Also, now there's a chance, right? The mercy rule could be out of play if Park here gets a base hit, knocks in 2, only up by 9, and you gotta play one more inning. Park pops it up 2-1. And this should, unless he walks him, this should determine whether we're going to have a mercy rule in the 5th or not. As 2-1 count, Wrinkle. Fastball, tipped, blows it by him, 2-2. To Park. Popped it up. Well out of play, foul. 2-2. Saints JV team looking quite dominant this year. Beat Team 18-3 earlier. And an 11-run victory. It looks pretty impressive as well. As that ball's in the dirt. Full count. And potential of the bases loaded again. 2 errors here for the Saints. Defense fielding here for both teams been questionable. It's just, I think, a difference, right, of to what degree. And bases loaded. As that ball in the dirt for yet another pinch hitter today. It's going to be Doyne Honaker.
Now up to bat, number 17, Doyne.
And Wrinkle's command starting to fail him a little bit. As bases are loaded with 2 outs. Again, potential here. Mercy rule versus a few more innings. Or at least one more inning is right here. Unless, of course, the Saints get the bats going. And but things would wrap up quicker here with a strikeout or a ground out or any sort of out here. Just get out of it without, of course, as long as it's not a base hit or a walk or anything extra. And that might do the no, that's going to let 1 run in. And it's 3-13 on a, I believe, you could say it's a wild pitch, I believe, from Wrinkle. That one's in the dirt. And 1 run's going to score. Actually, no, call that. I think it might have been pass ball. Another error for the Saints. That's 5 errors. Pass. They're going to score that as a pass ball as the 2 pitchers settle down. As it's a 1-1 count. And right now, again, mercy rule still intact. 1 more run comes in, and the Saints are going to get another chance to bat and put it out of reach formally. Big swing, 1-2 count. The issue here with also, if you go any farther, is Saints have thrown 4 pitchers so far today. You can't really, you don't want to throw 5 pitchers. I'd say that's not really, you only have so many arms. I don't know how they are, and that's the game. Struck him out on a curveball. Wrinkle gets out of trouble. Only a run, and the Saints win in decisive fashion, 3-13 through 4 different pitchers through 5 innings. And we're going to end on a mercy rule. Things wrapped over quickly. 10-run victory for the Saints and a dominant performance. Errors a struggle for both teams. James, tell me your thoughts on this game. How do you think it played out here? Any other thoughts on what the Saints did well than just the pitching?
I mean, yeah, the Saints did really well on the pitching. Completely dominated offense and defense. Feel like that they were definitely on their A game today. After that first inning, they brought it back.
Yeah, absolutely. First inning, a little bit of a struggle, left opportunity. Second inning, 2 runs. Things looking grim, and then just like that, things wrapped up pretty quickly. They just took care of business. Put bats on the ball incredibly well, led by Austin Wrinkle, and I think, of course, who got things going. Let's shout it out for Palmer Berry, big time hit, and that got the Saints going. And just like that, Saints win 3-13. I'm Austin Levin. With me is James Seaman. Thank you all for tuning in.